Welcome to Kingdoms, where all your nerdy dreams come true. This is the 7th episode of Season 3 of the Diamond Commander League. We play high-power EDH with some achievements to keep things interesting. The only ban card in our league is Thassa's Oracle. For episodes 7, 8, and 9, the restrictions are to play a commander from the Modern Horizons 2 set, have at least 10 Modern Horizons 2 cards in your deck, and to exclude mana dorks from your deck. The players are not required to follow these restrictions, but it is encouraged. We are celebrating our 1-year anniversary as a channel, and we have a huge giveaway to say thank you. So make sure you're a subscriber and check out the giveaway link down in the description. You'll see some pretty sweet prizes coming your way. If you are enjoying our content and would like to engage directly with our crew, come join us on Patreon. It's patreon.com/KingdomsTV. With that, let's check out our commanders and our deck goals for our games today. First, we have John S. playing Sythis Harvest Hand. His starting hand includes Walking Ballista, Blind Obedience, Heliod Suncrown, Fortified Village, Grasslands, Salt-Crested Steppe, and Celestia Sanctuary. Second, we have John M. playing Grist the Hunger Tide. His starting hand includes Grisly Salvage, Greater Good, Dictate of Erebos, Crypt of Agadim, Lotus Field, Necroblossom Snarl, and a Snow-Covered Swamp. Third, we have Carlos playing Elsha of the Infinite. His starting hand includes Boros Signet, Dance of the Manse, Expansion Explosion, Reverberate, Vanishing Light, Battlefield Forge, and Flooded Strand. Fourth, we have Jason playing Asmoran, Omardakar, Dastina Kuldakar. His starting hand includes Mana Crypt, the Underworld Cookbook, Demonic Tutor, Pack Rat, Bloodstained Mire, Rix Mahdi Dungeon Palace, and Scalding Tarn. With that, let's play some Magic.
Go ahead and draw, play a Grasslands, and pass.
I will draw, play Necroblossom Snarl, and I will reveal a swamp. So that comes in untapped. Pass.
Draw for turn. I'm going to play Flooded Strand. Pass.
Draw. Let's go Mana Confluence, Mana Crypt, Mana Confluence for black, take one, pay a life, play a Pack Rat, and Underworld Cookbook. I drew it. Pass the turn.
On your upkeep, I'll sacrifice Flood Strand. I'll get a blue, white.
I'm going to crack my Grasslands, get a Temple Garden. I'm actually not going to pay 2. And go ahead and play a Celestia Sanctuary and pick up my tapped Temple Garden. In step, I will discard. Go ahead, John.
Draw for turn. I will play the revealed swamp. Tap for one of each. I will cast Grisly Salvage. I'll reveal the top 5 cards of my library. I can put a creature or a land from among them into my hand, and the rest go in my graveyard.
Oh yeah, the Crash of Rhino Beetles is huge.
I'll actually take that one. Pass.
Draw. Play a Battlefield Forge. Boros Signet, and I'll pass.
Take 3.
Draw. Oh, I gotta
You
flip
gotta
it.
take 3.
Odds, I don't take damage. Sweet. Play a Scalding Tarn for turn. So I'll crack my Scalding Tarn, go to 38, and I'll get a Badlands. So tapping Crypt and Badlands, and I'm discarding a Marsh Flats, and I'm going to make a copy of Pack Rat. And then I'll tap Mana Confluence for a damage and a black mana, and cast my commander. Go to combat, I'm going to swing at John S. for 2 Pack Rat damage. I'll be done after that.
All right. I will play an Arctic Flats and Sythis. Pass the turn.
Draw for turn. Play a swamp. Tap for 3. I will cast Grist. He's currently a planeswalker with 3. I will give him an uptick, and then I'll create a black and green insect creature token, and then mill a card.
Yes,
If
it's an insect
card. I put a loyalty counter on Grist, and I repeat this process. So I'm going to repeat that process. So I'll create another insect or mill a card. That is not an insect. That's all right. I will pass.
Draw. Play an island. Pass, actually.
Before the end of your turn, I'm going to tap the cookbook and discard a Rix Mahdi Dungeon Palace and make a food. Draw for turn. Sorry, I forgot the crypt trigger again. I'll take 3 at the suggestion of my brother.
Do it.
There you go. Tap it. Talisman of Indulgence. It's never enough.
Never enough.
That should be on the Kingdoms TV bingo card.
Tap for colorless and then a black with my mana confluence. I'll take a damage. And I'm going to cast Praetor's Grasp, targeting John S.
Why?
Because you have a card in your deck I want.
With that on the stack, I'm gonna reverberate the Praetor's Grasp.
Oh man.
I'm going for Jason, actually. And I'll get Mana Vault.
Mana Vault has been vaulted away. Does my spell resolve?
Yep, I don't do anything else. It's yours.
John, I want to rest in peace.
Yeah, okay. Just to have it sit in oblivion.
Maybe I'll cast it to screw over John M. You don't know.
Yeah, that would hurt me a lot.
Oh,
I'm going to swing 2 Pack Rats and an Asmor at Carlos.
Okay, you made the wrong choice, Jason.
3 commander damage and then 4 from the Pack Rats.
my turn.
Yep.
Draw.
Play a fortified village, revealing Temple Garden. Pay 3 for a Gift of Paradise on my fortified village. So when I cast it, I'll draw a card, gain a life. Assuming that resolves, I will gain 3 more life. I will cast a Blind Obedience and gain a life and draw a card. And then I will send a message and attack Jason for 1.
I will take it.
Go ahead.
Draw for turn. I'll play a Snow-Covered Forest. I will cast Greater Good. Let's have some fun with Grist. Woo! I'll snag an insect. Let's mill a card.
Sad day.
Bummer. I will pass on that.
Draw for turn. So I'll play Rito Lantern.
Cool. That's a combo with certain things. My turn. Draw. I'll cast Demonic Tutor.
Yeah, I'll also Demonic Tutor. Expansion. I'm gonna get this card.
Pack Rats are going to attack John M.
I will take the 2s.
I'll pass the turn to John S because I forgot to roll it for crypt. Still my turn. Odds, I don't take damage. Yeah.
Who are you?
You may
Excellent.
go.
Draw for turn.
I'll shock Temple Garden here. I will play an Aura-touched Mage.
It's actually an Eldrazi.
I'll go get a Eldrazi Conscription
Boo.
Big
on
money.
my Aura-touched Mage here. Unfortunately, I did not cast it, so
It's not tapped.
I will pass the turn.
I will draw for turn. I'll play a Swamp for turn. Uptick Grist.
Biggie.
Feed me a tapped insect, buddy. That'll come in. Mill a card. I'll pass.
Draw for turn. Let's play the card I searched for. Hall of Heliod's Generosity.
Holla.
I'll play Sphere of Safety. Only 1 right now. And pass turn.
I'll untap and remember Mana Crypt is a thing.
Good job.
So odds, I don't take damage. Oh gosh.
Roll better.
It's okay. A turn 1 Mana Crypt should hit me more, right? Isn't that how the math works? Draw. Tapping my Mana Confluence. And I'm going to cast Rest in Peace.
No way.
Oh.
Got a response to the Rest in Peace. Okay, I'm gonna flash Dictate of Erebos.
Ooh. That seems nice.
I need my stuff to go to the graveyard.
Rest in Peace exiles everything in the graveyard, right?
Correct. And it prevents death triggers.
Yeah, he's gonna sweep the board.
Gotcha. Dictate will only work if you do it right now, is what you're saying.
In response
Are
to
you going to
that,
sack stuff?
I'll flash it and then Greater Good these 2 insects. Yeah, I'll do the top one too.
And
Okay,
you'll
so we'll
lose
do
your
the
3
one.
creatures.
I'll draw the card for Greater Good. Then I will discard 3 cards. Draw again, discard 3, draw again, discard 3, and then that resolves and my entire graveyard is exiled.
Correct.
Ouch.
All graveyards are exiled.
That's a sad day.
I'll play a Blight Step Pathway. I'm going to tap these 4 and cast what I tutored for, which is a Helm of Obedience, which comes into play tapped.
No way, you're using his card to do it? Oh, that's amazing.
I'll pass the turn.
That's straight up amazing.
Go ahead, John.
So I'm going to play an Eidolon of Blossoms and draw a card. And I'm going to play a Wolf Willow Haven. It makes my Temple Garden add an additional green, and I'll draw a card.
Oh, then you can sack it and make a 2/2?
I sure can.
That's cool.
All right, go ahead.
Untap, draw for turn. Play a tapped Crucible of Worlds. I'll attack Jason for 1.
I will take it.
I'll pass.
Yeah, draw for turn. Drew a land? What the heck? Planes. So I'm gonna play Vanishing Light, and I'm done after that.
I'll untap. Remember Mana Crypt. Odds, I don't take damage. Jeez, this dice sucks. Draw. I'm gonna tap my cookbook into exile, and I'm gonna make a tapped food, and then I will cast my commander, paying the commander tax, because I have to do that for her. I will pass the turn.
I'll untap and drop. I'm going to play Gavany Township, play a Heliod Suncrowned, and draw a card. Tap this for 2 and cast the Soul Ring. Play a Walking Ballista. 2.
Playing CDH over here.
For the folks at home.
So I will give Ballista lifelink, and then I will shoot John for 1.
Sorry, if I were to hit Ballista for 6 by sacrificing 2 food and making him eat it, it doesn't do anything, right?
If you do it with the trigger, it would die. I'm going to ping an insect token.
Turns out Walking Ballista ordered his steak a little undercooked.
Oh, it's exiled too. Oh,
Exiled.
Jason, I'm attacking you for 2.
I'll take it.
All right, go ahead.
Draw for turn. I'm going to Fabled Passage and then search for a land. It'll be a forest, but that's all I get to do. Pass.
Okay, draw for turn. Shivan Reef for land. I'll just play a creature. It's Elsha. And if that's good, I'll look at the top of my deck and I'll cast it. It's an Is It Signet. Comes in tapped. Pass turn.
Untap. Crypt Trigger. Odds do not hurt me. Yeah. Draw. Tap my cookbook. Discard a Mox Diamond into exile and make some food. Tapped. I'm going to attack John S. See if we can get rid of this rest in peace the old-fashioned way.
I'll take 3.
Okay. Commander damage now, remind you.
He's trying to pretend like he's in your favor there, John, but he's the one that searched for and cast that rest in peace.
That's the turn.
Yeah.
I'll untap and draw. I'll go ahead and play and crack a Verdant. I'm going to get a tapped dual land, I think. Arctic Tree Line. I feel like I'm doing Green Deck's proud over here.
I only have 3 lands, John. You're doing great.
Oh, you deserve everything that is happening to you right now.
I made my supper. I'll eat it.
Casting Sythis. Draw a card off Eidolon. I'm going to play a Courser of Krufix. So many triggers. So I get to draw 2 and then gain a life, which is going to throw a Heliod counter onto Eidolon of Blossoms. And then I'll have my own hall revealed. And then let's go ahead and play Telegraph Soul Snare. So draw, Mesa Enchantress. I'll Heliod, throw another counter onto Eidolon. Jason, I am going to attack John M for 4.
I'll allow that.
I will take the 4.
Go ahead.
Draw for turn. I drew Saber Ants, so I will cast that. But it's dealt damage, I can put that many insect creature tokens into play. So that's all I've got. Pass.
Okay, draw for turn. And look at this card. Okay, let's play a Glacial Fortress. Yes, I will pass.
Untap. Crypt Trigger. Odds I don't take damage. Dang it. Draw. I'm going to tap my cookbook. I'm going to discard a card with Madness. It's a Necrogoyf. And I'm going to cast it for its Madness cost. Its power is equal to the number of creature cards in all graveyards. But more importantly, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player discards a card.
Oh, that's horrible.
And I get food, which is tapped.
Jay, you're done, right?
No, Sith looks mighty hungry. Here's some food. Take 6 damage. You can give it lifelink because it hits itself.
Feed itself, and then Heliod trigger to throw another counter on Eidolon.
Yeah, I'll pass. John, you have a Necrogoyf trigger. Discard a card.
I will discard a Promise of Tomorrows. So I'll draw for turn. Oh, your Saber Ants are tapped, John. I'll play Hall of Heliods. Let us go ahead and play Myth Unbound. So your commander costs 1 less to cast for each time it's been cast from the command zone this game. And then when my commander is put in the command zone from anywhere, I draw a card. I will Eidolon trigger and draw. Sculptor of Winter.
Ugh.
So now I am going to pay 4 and recast Sythis. I'll draw a card off Eidolon. 3 for a monologue tax. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, I get a treasure. I will draw 2, Mosswort Bridge for 2, and then, Resurgent Belief. How useless. Then I'll Heliod trigger to throw a counter on Eidolon of Blossoms. I will attack John again for 6. I'm going to give Eidolon of Blossoms lifelink.
I'll take the 6.
And then I'll throw another counter on Eidolon. All right, go ahead, John.
Draw for turn.
Discard a card on your upkeep.
Okay.
Because what dies
Just
grows the
kidding.
Necrogoyf or something.
So I'll draw my card. Live with that. I'll cast Bone Shards.
Ooh.
As an additional cost, I sacrifice a creature. I'll target the Eidolon then.
It's dead, Jim.
And those go to my exile pile. I will pass.
End of turn. Yeah, so I'm going to cast Transmogrify on my Elsha. So this is basically Pongify, but it exiles. So exile target creature. That creature's controller reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature card. That player puts that card onto the battlefield, then shuffles the rest of his library. If you look at my deck list, I only have one creature. So because I do shuffle, I suggest I'll just look for that creature instead of flipping. You guys are okay with that?
Yes.
With that on the stack, can I see what's on top?
As the spell's resolving, you can look at it at any time.
So, okay, right. So Transmogrify is on the stack, cast. So now I can look at this card. Yeah, okay. I'm casting my second spell, and it's going to be Heuristic Study. And then I'll look at the top, and can't cast that. Okay. Yeah, we're just looking for big buddy. Elsha's exiled. Now I get Tide Spout. Oh, I have to discard before I drew this card, right? Upkeep?
Yeah, upkeep, sorry.
Dance of the Man. It's horrible right now.
Sweet.
Okay, then I draw 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I cast a spell, so I will bounce.
I mean, the best thing to bounce would be Banishing Light, but, you know, that's never going to happen.
Let's do the
He also
Temple
has a rapid
Garden.
Bounce land.
I will play this Mistvale Plains, tapped as land for turn. I'll cast Mana Vault. I'm going to bounce your other land with an enchantment on it.
You guys are monsters.
Pass turn.
Hey, odds, I don't take damage. Hey, Goyf trigger on the stack. I will activate Cookbook, discarding a trash for treasure, which doesn't work when you don't have a graveyard. Make a food. Goyf trigger, I'm Hellbent. I'll tap my Talisman for colorless, and I'll play a Grindstone. It's a cooking thing.
Paying the 1?
Yes, I will pay the 1. I will pass the turn.
Untap significantly fewer mana sources. Oh, I got to discard a Fortified Village.
Goyf trigger.
Draw. I'm going to pay 2 for a Destiny Spinner. Not paying 1. Draw a card, Pump Courser. 3 for a Mesa Enchantress. Not paying 1. Green or a Mana Bloom X0. Draw 2. Jason.
Ah,
You're being attacked. I'll attack you with Courser and Heliod.
how much is it?
It's 9.
I'll take it.
Second main, float a colorless and cast an Angelic Renewal.
The 1?
No. Trigger, draw. I'm gonna throw a +1/+1 counter on Heliod. Attempt to cast the Day of Judgment.
So then, Heuristic Study trigger on the stack. We're not moving past that. Then I respond to that by casting my own Mana Vault from the top of my deck with my last mana and bouncing Tidespout to my hand. I'm going to take 2 damage on my turn. Anything else from anybody else? Okay, so then resolving the stack, Mana Vault is cast. We bounce the Tidespout. Then I draw a card. Or do you pay the 1?
No.
No, I'll draw a card.
All creatures are exiled.
I will draw a card off of Sythis, returning the command zone. Sounds good. I gotta discard a massive clutch to hand size now.
Oh no.
Yeah, so sad.
Sounds good. Go ahead, John.
Draw for turn.
Guardian Project. All right, pass. It's tough. Like, rest in peace has completely locked my entire strategy. But it's okay. It's all right.
Okay, upkeep, I don't do anything except take 2 damage. 1, 2. Tidespout for 8. That's the turn.
Not die to Mana Crypt. Untap. Odds I don't take damage. Boo. So.
Ben's gonna laugh himself to sleep
Draw?
tonight.
Yep. I'm gonna tap the cookbook. And I'm gonna discard a creature card. I will make a food. And then I'll cast Asmoran.
It's tapped.
Oh gosh.
And actually, Tidespout is tapped, I just realized.
I'll pass the turn.
First off, start off with a Reliquary Tower. During my upkeep, Mana Bloom returned to my hand. It has no charge counters on it. It goes back to my hand. I am going to attack Jason.
In response, Asmore's gonna eat 2 food. Die. And then I die.
And now
my Mana Vault is gone, Carlos.
Mana Vault's gone and Rest in Peace
Rest
is
in
back.
Peace is gone.
It's in my graveyard, right?
John, you can play Magic again.
If only I could have a comeback like that Sliver game. But yeah.
I'm gonna tap.
That was a great game.
That was
I'm
good,
gonna tap
man.
6 and cast the Sun Titan.
Ooh.
You don't have a sack outlet right now, right?
Recipes.
Oh!
I get back recipes.
Wow!
I can't.
I didn't see that. That was great.
so
That was great.
Oh my goodness!
I cannot help but respect that. That was
Oh,
awesome.
just
Oh,
the
gosh.
glimmer of hope for John M. and then dashed.
Extinguished.
Did you pay one?
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna pay 2 for a Sculptor of Winter.
Pay
and
one?
pass the turn. No.
Draw for turn.
I'll cast Kodama's Reach.
You pay the one.
Nah. I'll put the forest into play tapped, and then I will put a forest into my hand. That doesn't go there. That goes back here. I'll shuffle that. I will play the forest as my land for turn, and then I will pass.
Take a damage. Draw a card. Play a Talisman of Conviction. Oh no, it's tapped as well. Well, that's fine. Bounce the Blind Obedience to your hand. Then I will play Shriekhorn, and then I'll bounce Manivolts to my hand.
Yeah, it's a cast trigger, so your Shriekhorn is on the stack when Blind Obedience bounced. So then Shriekhorn would come into play on tap.
I use this to bounce it, right? I use the Talisman to bounce it.
Okay, yeah.
So then the Talisman comes in untapped, actually, right? Yeah. And so then the Shriekhorn does as well. And so then get Manivolts. And then I believe I have a loop here. I'll remove a charge counter and put 3 cards into your graveyard there, John. And then I will cast Manivault. Put on the stack, bounce Shriekhorn to my hand. Now I can tap the Manivault for 3. I'll then cast Shriekhorn, triggering the Tide Spout. And then I still have 2 mana in my mana pool, and then bounces the Mana Vault. And then I mill you for 3. 2 mana in my mana pool, use one of them for Mana Vault, cast the Mana Vault, and then vice versa. So I gain 1 mana each cycle, and mill somebody 3 each cycle. Until all your cards are in your exile zone, and I pass the turn.
Tap. Yep, dead.
Well, that's one of the combo lines. It worked.
Is Red stealing the polymorph effects, or are they going to share Tidespout Tyrant? It's always the children that suffer. For Game 2, John S.'s starting hand includes Wild Growth, Greater Aromancy, Overgrowth, Dawn's Reflection, Elspeth Conquers Death, Verdant Catacombs, and a Forest. Jason's starting hand includes Gamble, Goblin Wilder, The Underworld Cookbook, Anvil of Bagarden, Blood Crypt, Mana Confluence, and Marsh Flats. Carlos' starting hand includes Underworld Breach, Copy Enchantment, Arification, Opalescence, Scalding Tarn, An Island, and Form of the Dragon mulligan to the bottom. John M's starting hand includes Xanthid Swarm, Duskshell Crawler, Kodama's Reach, Lotus Field, Mosswort Bridge, and 2 snow-covered forests. Here's Game 2.
Turn 1, draw. I will play and crack a Verdant for a Temple Garden and Shock. So the full bolt action. And I will Wild Growth my Temple Garden. I'll pass. Yep.
Draw, shock in a Blood Crypt, taking 2. Tap it for red and cast Goblin Welder. And pass the turn.
Draw a card. I'm gonna play a Scalding Tarn. Just put it in tapped. Best turn.
Draw for turn. I will Mosswort Bridge and Hideaway.
Nice.
And then I will pass.
Draw a card.
I'll play a Razor Verge Thicket, and I'm going to Overgrowth onto my Razor Verge Thicket. Go ahead.
Draw, tap Blood Crypt. Play the cookbook, because apparently I can only draw it. And then
Oh, so sad.
Mana Confluence. And I'll tap Mana Confluence. I'll tap it for black. And I will activate Cookbook to discard Baron Moore. And then cast my Commander with black mana, if that makes sense. I didn't cycle it. And I will attack John S. for 1 with my Goblin Welder. I'll pass the turn after that.
Draw for turn. Play Plains and pass.
Draw for turn. I will play Castle Lochthwain as my land for turn. I'll tap the Hideaway for green. I will cast Xanthid Swarm and pass.
Is that a Worker Bee?
It's a
Basically.
Scyther.
Scyther.
Scyther!
That's pretty good.
Oh no. I'll cast Sythis. Then I will cast Greater Oromancy and float a green.
This is why we attack you, John.
Alive. I will play a Scattered Groves and pass.
Draw, play a Marsh Flats. I'm gonna tap and crack this. for Badlands. And I'm not going to shuffle my deck because I'm also going to tap these guys. Mana Confluence is going to hit me for 1. When I make a black, I cast a Demonic Tutor. Then I will activate Cookbook, and I'll discard Cauldron Complete to make food. And then Goblin Welder is going to exchange target artifact a player controls with target artifact in that player's graveyard. So there's Cauldron. And Cauldron enters battlefield, 5/5, first strike, trample, indestructible, haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to a creature like Heliod, exile that creature. And then John S., you're being attacked.
Just 5?
Just 5, yeah. This is the Tuesday special, according to my primer.
What does that mean?
So I wrote a primer, and it's in the form of a menu. But Tuesday special is Cauldron Beats.
I should check out your primer. That's cool.
It's really funny and absolutely horrible. Please don't judge me. I will pass the turn after that.
Draw. Play an island. I'm going to play Copy Enchantment on Greater Armancy.
Copy Enchantment does not target. Like most clones, you choose.
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh. Wait, can I be Sythis? Oh my gosh.
The void.
I'm going to be Sythis! And I will pass turn.
Turn. Forest for turn. I will cast Kodama's Reach. And then upon completion of that, I will pass.
Draw.
Swamp. Swamp in my hand.
Cast Dawn's Reflection on Scattered Groves. Draw a card, gain a life. To cast Sterling Grove.
Oh,
So
dang
they
it.
have Shroud again.
Yeah, but now we can't target any of them.
And then I'll use the rest of my floating mana for an Enchantress's Presence.
Do this.
Draw a card, gain a life.
You done?
Yep.
Draw. I'm gonna pay 2 life and cycle a Street Wraith. Draw a card. Mana Confluence is gonna hit me for 1. And then I'm going to suspend a Profane Tutor for 2. Go to combat. Swinging at you for 5, John.
Back to 31.
Post combat, I'm gonna tap this for red and cast Gamble, otherwise known as Entomb, on this channel. John M. Left, middle, or right?
Let's do the middle one.
Still works. Shadow Spear. And then it's okay, I can still just hit John in the face. Yeah, I'll pass the turn.
Draw for turn. Play a Battlefield Forge. Play Aurification. Yeah, I take a damage because I have to use this for a white. But on cast, I gain a life. Draw a card. It says, whenever a creature deals damage to you, put a gold counter on it. Each creature with a gold counter on it is a wall in addition to its other creature types. Walls can't attack. When Aurification leaves play, remove all gold counters from all creatures. So it just says, don't come over here, you know? Pass turn.
Draw for turn. I'll play a Swamp for turn. I'll cast Dark Prophecy. I'll also cast Duskshell Crawler. Lets me put a 1/1 counter on a creature. Boom. It's now a 1/2. Be very afraid. Pass.
Draw. And cast an Eidolon of Blossoms. And draw 3. Gain a life. Salt Crusted Step. Tap 3 for a Glittering Frost on my snow-covered forest. Draw 3 and gain a life. Play Blind Obedience again.
No.
And I'll draw 3 and gain a life.
I'm glad that you know that is a universally hated move.
I know. And then I will go to discard.
At the end of your turn, do I switch the Shadow Spear for a food? Yes. Shadow Spear technically was tapped when it entered the battlefield, but draw. Not tap my Mana Confluence. Tap these 2. Equip Shadow Spear to Cauldron Complete, who is now a 6/6. I'm going to attack you for 6, John.
Okay, 27.
I'll gain 6. I will pass the turn.
Draw for turn. All your permanents are either lands or enchantments, John S.
Yeah.
Or
Cool beans.
No, all of my
beans.
creatures are also enchantments.
Play a Detention Sphere. I cast it, and with it on the stack, I will draw a card and gain a life. Now it comes into play. I will choose the Goblin.
I will have a response, though.
Sure, of course.
I'm going to tap Underworld Cookbook, discard a Grindstone, make food. Goblin Welder's going to turn that food into a Grindstone. Tapped.
Ace.
And then Goblin Welder's exiled.
I'll then play a Mountain. I pass the turn.
Draw for turn. I will cast Grist this turn. Let's make us an insect. A mill? It is not an insect. I will play my land for turn. I will play Lotus Field. And then I will sacrifice my forest and a swamp for it. I'm good to go. Pass.
Draw. I'll play a Nykthos Paragon. With it on the stack, I'll gain a life and draw a card. And then whenever I gain life, I can put that many +1/+1 counters on each creature I control, but I only do it once a turn.
Bummer.
I'll play Rest in Peace again.
Whoa.
Gain a life, draw 3.
When you live hardcore.
You're not hardcore.
Are you done?
And then I'll play a land, play a monologue tax, gain a life, draw 3. Green for a Magus of the Candelabra. I'll pass.
Profane Tutor on the stack. We good? We all good? I'm not gonna get Painter Servant now. Jerk face. This sucks.
You just need to hide it. This sucks.
Go to combat. Attack with Cauldron complete. Attacking John S.
I'm taking 6.
I'm gonna go to 44.
Under 23.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Lightning Axe, discarding an Anvil of Bogodarin, which I definitely don't want to cast with John playing Magic. So
Get a treasure.
I will pass the turn in sadness.
Draw a card. I'll just Sphere of Safety. On cast Sphere of Safety, draw a card, and gain a life. And I'll play a Plains. I'll tap the Plains for a Soul Ring tapped. And pass the turn.
Oh, hey, I'll get a treasure.
Draw for turn. Forest for turn. I will cast Sir Conrad. John, I'll attack you for 1 flying.
22.
That's my venge hit for casting Rest in Peace. And then I will also uptick Grist, get myself a insect. And then I will mill a card into exile.
Draw for turn. I'll go ahead and Idyllic Tutor. Go get a enchantment.
You mean Anne?
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be pedantic. Rest in peace, boy.
Pedantic. Come on, man. Again, come at the king. Best not miss.
Were you joking?
Oh, I know. I was literally just trolling. So
In a life. +1/+1 counter on all my things. And then I'll draw 3. A land. Cast Mana Bloom X0. Draw 3 and throw a counter on Paragon. I'll cast Survival of the Fittest. Throw a counter on Nykthos' Paragon. So I'll pitch Mace Enchantress to search. For a Walking Ballista, I can't actually do it this turn. In the meantime, I'll go for full troll mode and cast Solitary Confinement. I'll life, throw a counter on the Paragon. Jason, I'm going to attack you with my Nykthos Paragon.
that's cool.
Take 9.
Yeah, I'll take 9. Raw? I'll cast Helm of Obedience and pass the turn.
Stop it. I have Shroud now.
Draw for turn. I will Fabled Passage, so I'll lose 1 and get an island.
Why did you lose 1?
Oh, you're right. I don't lose 1. Just for fun. Opalescence. So all non-aura enchantments are creatures equal to their power and toughness. But I will draw a card and gain a life. And then we are not doing that. I will play an Underworld Breach just for fun. Draw a card. Gain a life. Pass the turn.
Draw for turn.
Carlos, you cast the spells. I'm making more treasure.
Play a Snow-Covered Forest for turn. I will use my Hideaway card, because thanks to Opalescence, I have combined power of 10 or more, so that's cool. And my card is Coat of Arms.
Oh, man.
I'll mill my Species Specialist into Oblivion. Pass.
Alright, well, I'll do the thing. Walking Ballista. I'm gonna do X4. And then give it lifelink. And then start shooting people. Each time it deals damage, it'll trigger Heliod to add another counter, which lets me remove more counters and shoot more people.
At least one half of the combo was an enchantment in the Enchantress deck. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do my favorite combo in my deck, but it includes Swarm of the Dragon, Second Chance, and an epic spell. So you should check it out in the description. As always, if you're enjoying our content and you would like to see more, please smash the like button and join us over on Patreon. It really is where you can support us the best. It's only $2. You get a chance to join our Discord, and a lot more is coming. Either way, thanks so much for being here, and keep it nerdy.